believable history is where we imagine a world. Sorry, it could be a world or a time. Doesn't matter when, but we imagine what all four of us would be in, and you don't get to say yours. So you whatever. I'll start it off because I want to create the scenario. So we're in the Wild Wild West because the Wild West because I wanted to go. So and I'll create the scenario, but I'm gonna hand it off. You don't get to say what you would be in it, but everybody gets to say what they think you would be in it.
Oh, I like this.
So and the cool thing about it
It's
is
good.
the one thing is it's okay if we repeat it, but I had asked if you don't agree, get in your head now before people start talking because obviously the last person has the benefit here. But I'm gonna start with I think I'll go back to Goichi on this one to give it a go.
Okay.
So real
Goichi
quick.
would comment to recap.
So to all of us, what we would be in the Wild Wild West.
Yeah, and what I'm implying about that is could be
I get it.
It could be anything.
I'll lead.
Got it. All right.
Okay, so first off, I think he would be sheriff for sure because sheriff oversees everybody. He understands like how to take care of the town, what the town needs, and he's a protector of the town. And that's exactly what Beef is for us. And like, he's like the go-to guy, right? Like, if you think about any Wild Wild West like scenario or even movie show, usually the sheriff is the one you go to with all the problems, right? And they're supposed to fix the problem. And if they don't, like, they get the community together, and he can form like a group to help him solve whatever issues there are in the town. And I think that's what Beef represents. So sheriff, Nightmare, I feel like you would be the blacksmith. Like, you would be taking care of everyone's guns. You'd be taking care of their horses and all that stuff. Like, anything that has to do with, like, mechanics and, like, building and taking care of people. And just, like, even new, like, people coming in and you're taking care of their horses. And, like, making sure everything's tidy and, like, up to speed. And, like, making sure that they have, like, I don't know, like, everything's in place. So, like, even if they left town, like, they had safe travels. Like, I feel like you'd be a good blacksmith and, like, caretaker of people like that. And then Coach, man. So I feel like Coach would be the head of the saloon, and he would be the guy playing the piano. So, like, you'd be working the bar, you'd be the host, and you'd be playing the piano. So, like, you would have your whole saloon to yourself, and you'd have, like, the ladies there, and you'd just be, like, the greeter of the town. So, like, I feel like the saloon is where everyone would go to, like, really, like, unload after, like, a really horrible day, shitty day, or they just want to get drinks, and sometimes it could be hostile. And I feel like you're that big burly guy that would come out of there and you'd be like, get the hell out of my saloon, and you throw them right out the door. So yeah.
Oh man, you nailed that.
So I will pass it to. I'll go to Beef.
Okay, all right. So I actually this is so blacksmith does guns.
That's a gunsmith, yeah.
Gunsmith.
Oh, okay. So I
blacksmith,
thought blacksmith was I thought
Like
blacksmith
horseshoe.
Yeah, horseshoes and stuff.
Horseshoes, like
That's what I associate. That's what I associate.
Building-
Like that was the
Like,
first thing
it's
came to
like you
mind.
make guns and stuff
basically,
too.
yeah. It's
And
basically
tools.
tools and like anything metal for like houses.
So I'll start with Goichi because I already had one for him. So you would be like so you'd be the shop owner. Because I was gonna go saloon is the gamble. You gamble there, right?
Yeah, you can.
So I was gonna say you own that, and I was gonna talk about that. You were like the not the matriarch. What's the thing? Matriarch? No, not that.
Mater D.
What was it?
Mater D.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, but I was like, no. What I could see you doing though is owning your own business, and then your wife would be there. I was about to say her name. Your wife would be there too as well, and you guys would. It would be this like mystical place where like. It's like almost like because it's Wild West, right? And like there's no exact science.
Yeah.
Where and I don't know if this existed back then, but like where like they do spices on like so if someone's got a shotgun like got a shot or have been shot in the chest or something, they would be like go to Goichi, and then you would come in and then like you would have this like
Herbal remedy.
You would have some some herbs going on. And then you would show them that you would be trying to push. Eastern ways, right?
You thought the Indians had teepees. Wait till you see mine.
Yeah.
So I envision, like, especially stoner too. I could see it like, but also people
Totally
go
down.
for you for like almost like oracle, like wisdom mindset. Too. So like you're in the shop,
Oh
and
my
it's not a
God.
shop where you're in there.
Sign
for,
me
like,
up.
You're not like, oh, I'm gonna just go in and leave. Like
Yeah.
it's not like a McDonald's, quick in and out.
Experience.
You're sitting there and you're like, yeah, you're getting talked to about it, like
I love
and,
that.
yeah, it's like and you kind of don't know what every experience is gonna be like. But it's always unique, and that's pretty much the. So I imagine that.
Oh my god, we need to make that happen.
Okay, so I actually think you would be an outlaw.
Yay.
Yeah, so I think you're an outlaw,
Okay.
and he would be your sidekick.
Yes!
Oh my god! That could be a TV
God,
show, man.
It would
Oh
be a
my
great.
God.
And I think you guys would go town to town, and you'd be almost vigilante like. Not outlaws in the sense that you're you both
Yeah.
you're not like going in and hurting others, but you're correcting, like very similar to Tombstone with Wyatt Earp.
Yes.
And
Or
Doc
like
Holliday.
what is what's that movie with what's that? It's all the with Tonto. He had
Last of the
silver.
Mohicans?
No, he had silver bullets. Keep going. I'm gonna look it up.
Lone Ranger?
Talking about Johnny
Lone Ranger.
Depp.
Lone Ranger.
Lone Ranger.
Yeah.
So I kind of foresee that because I could see you guys also working as a team, and I had other ones in my head, but Guichi kind of
that's a
said it,
good
and I also wanted to like throw a wrench in this.
That's a good one.
But yeah, I could see you guys working together, like going town to town, and you come in and you clean the town. You know, especially towns in Wild West. If they have one sheriff and it's one sheriff versus an army or a bunch of people, you guys have this skilled gun, especially you Nightmare with your skill set, and you could easily come in and clean the crime out of that town, and people would be grateful, and you keep moving on. So you're kind of like Texas Ranger, how you just keep traveling in a sense. But I would say both. And then Spencer's kind of like the fun guy, where like as like you guys are taking out crime and taking the people out, or you're either locking them out or you're locking them down, or you do have a punchline that you say.
It's
and
kind
you
of
say it to
one-liner.
everyone. It's kind of like when the Wet Bandits broke into every home in Home Alone.
Or Sticky Bandits.
Sticky Bandits, yeah, in the second
Sticky
one.
Hand Bandits?
You kind of had that like that thing going on, but I also envision you like Coach, where I'm thinking of there's a movie where it's like a bear and it's an older movie where he's a bear and I want to say it's like 50 Goes West. Is he a bear? He's not a bear in
He's
it.
not a bear,
Brother
he's a
Bear?
mouse.
But is the sheriff?
The-
Oh, you know who I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of that cat. I'm thinking of that cat in 50 Goes West.
Oh my gosh.
You guys remember like where
I haven't
that's
seen
what-
Five Goes West.
Oh man, so they take it. It's kind of a similar story of like, hey, there's a bad guy in the town and the sheriff's like afraid.
Yeah.
The sheriff's like none of those, and then there's Fievel, and then the cat. The cat's like is Coach, and he's coming, and you're like Fievel in this situation, and you guys are, and he's but it was like one of those. We talked about Kremlin, or is it Kremlin from Dragon Ball?
Krillin.
I always keep doing that. Krillin had the belief that no matter what, because he'd always lose, but he'd always go into fights no matter what for his friends, and that's what I feel like the cat was in this movie. He was like, he really didn't believe he was gonna win, but he believed that he'd come in, and so I believe you're a combination of that, because you're easygoing, Coach, and you would also have a sweet punchline as you're just effing things up.
The
and,
Biggie Smalls
and
Bandits.
You would go into that saloon, and you would you'd be talking to everybody, and you'd be like the highlight of the town as Nightmare is
man.
walking in the saloon, analyzing who's cheating at the poker table and who needs to be punished for. He's like the Punisher.
I'm the
in this
Punisher of.
situation. So yeah, I'll pass it off. I think it's just been us two, right?
Yeah.
I'll do Nightmare on this one.
Nightmare? Okay. I think for me, Goichi nailed it on the head for Coach. Coach, you would definitely be running the saloon. No BS. I'm pouring your drinks, but if you get out of line, I'm tossing you out. Definitely running the saloon, in my opinion. Goichi, I don't know why, but I see you working for the railroad.
Oh man, you should set
And-
the mine.
Some sort of like. Where
I am
you're-
Japanese American, just
Yeah,
letting you
I was
know,
about to
okay?
Yeah.
No, not
Historically
not
accurate.
building
You're
the
a
not
quarter
building the
Chinese.
railroad, not building the railroad, working for
Okay.
the
It's
railroad,
unbelievable, right?
getting those.
Talk about full circle.
Yeah.
Oh, did I just do a racism? Oh
Yeah.
man.
I felt it a little bit. I was like,
Yeah.
whoa. I got
Okay, go ahead.
shivered.
Yeah, no, just like clearing the way, getting the land, clearing the way for the
Oh,
railroad
okay.
for progress, and getting it done. Beef, I see you with a bunch of land in like having like half of it, owning like half of a state, and just being away from people and not
That's
not
probably, like, the
dealing
most
with
accurate.
making sure he doesn't buy your land.
Or like rivalry.
Yeah, just like just enjoying your land.
Like the railroad has to get through my land.
Yeah,
and
and
I'm
you're
just
like,
no.
no.
way. Like, yeah.
Oh my
But,
god.
yeah,
we
you'd-
could have a whole series of Cowboys.
Yeah,
movies,
and
dude.
you would be just, enjoying your land, going on hikes and
Yeah.
and living
Cattle
off the
herder,
land,
of course.
cattle herder, yeah, free grazer. Yeah, that's what that's what you'd be for me is you would be enjoying life the way you enjoy it.
That's true.
That's mine.